Hey guys, it's 3 Dreevil. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Clash Royale Fire Spirit. The first step I did was grab a cotton ball and tear off little pieces so the cotton ball became small enough to be the size of my fire spirit. And then what I did was I grabbed a tape dispenser and I taped around the sides of the cotton ball so that the filament would stick to it. Then I just grabbed some red filament and I just covered the cotton ball completely until you couldn't see the white anymore. Next, I started to add some red filament on the sides to give it some more shape. It should start to resemble a marshmallow or something that looks like a drum maybe. Now I started to make the eyes out of 2 white circles. The eyes on my fire spirit seemed a little too big, so I added some red on the outside to make them a little bit smaller in appearance. Next, I switched to an orange filament and I started to make the hair or the flames on top of the fire spirit. Next, for the spiky flames, I made circles on top of each other that got smaller until they made like a spike. And I just did this a ton of times until I had like the appearance of a flame hair. Then I started building up the red until it blended into the orange, making it seem a little bit more natural. Next, I grabbed some black filament and I started to build on the bottom of the fire spirit, the black part, that's kind of like the charred part of the fire spirit, I guess. At this point, I started to build up the black so that it blended more into the red, and I kind of did it on the sides and I made it come up as like flames. Once you finish the black part of the fire spirit, you want to get some red filament and start to make the arms on the side of the black. To make the arms, I put my pen on the highest speed setting, and then when the filament was still hot, I kind of shaped it until it looked like an arm. Next, I switched back to a black filament and I started building up the black on top of the arms so it kind of resembled a t-shirt. Now out of black filament, I started to build the feet by going to the bottom of the fire spirit and spiraling downward in a hollow circle. Next, I filled in the hollow part of the circle so that it was more sturdy. Once you have the legs at desired length, you can start building the feet. I recommend that you build them first at the right distance on the mat, and then later you can connect them. The best way to connect the feet is to get a big glob of the black filament and kind of use it like a hot glue gun to hold it in place. If you wanted to, you could have finished it right here, but I decided to add some extra details. What I decided to do here was to build up the eyes with some more white, but it kind of came out as gray. And then I put an orange outline around the eyes. After adding this to the eyes, I thought they were a little too big, so I got some more red to balance it out around the eyes. Because my eyes were a little too gray, I decided to use the hot tip of the nozzle to kind of burn out the gray and replace it with some more white filament. and now it's done. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. I would really appreciate some helpful feedback because I spent a lot of time editing this video, and if you have a suggestion of what I should make next, leave it down in the comments.